If you've ever struggled with balancing the vocals in your mix, you're not alone. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a confident way to overcome it. This is my own technique, and you won't find it in any video. There are 2 important tips at the end of the video. Never use this method before considering them. I'm Yek, a music producer and songwriter. I'm going to show you how to balance your vocals in a few minutes. Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any videos. When you're mixing in a room with no acoustic treatment, or you've been working on a mix for a whole day, you may experience ear fatigue and lose perspective on what you're doing. This could fool you while balancing your vocals with the entire beat. It would be great if you could visually see what you're doing to ensure nothing is exaggerated in your mix. In this method, I imported 11 reference tracks in different genres: hip-hop, R&B, acoustic, reggaeton. I extracted the instrumentals and vocals using iZotope Rx Music Rebalance, giving me 2 tracks. When you do this, you can visually see their waveforms and their volume relationship to each other. After that, I put iZotope Insight on each channel to measure their integrated loudness LUFS separately. Also, I checked their max LUFS. First, let's discover what happened on each track. If you listen to each extracted track, they may have a lack of quality compared to the master version, but when you play both extracted tracks together, it will sound 99% like the original master. So because of extraction, we may have a very short tolerance on measuring the LFs, but not worth mentioning. Let's jump into the tracks. In this track, the instrumental is at -10 LUFs, and the vocal is around -15 LUFs. The difference is -5 LUFs. I skip the process for the next tracks and just show you the results. In this track, the instrumental is at -10 LUFs and -13.5 LUFs at vocals. The difference is -3 LUFs. The instrumental is at -9 LUFs and -13.5 LUFs at vocals. The difference is -4.5 LUFs. How about more acoustic songs? Let's repeat this procedure on Justin Bieber's song, Lonely.
Everybody knows my name now.
Now you see that things have changed. You see that the instrumental's integrated loudness is at -12 LUFs, and the vocal is also at -12 LUFs. Even if I put the vocal's waveform on top of the instrumental, they're at the same level, as you can see visually. Let's go to the next track.
Wanna play God? Come on.
You'll also see that instrumental and vocal integrated loudness are equal together. This track, like Justin Bieber's song, has few instruments, so no surprise that they have similarities. For the next songs containing reggaeton hip-hop, I only show you the numbers. Their difference between instrumental and the vocal ranging between -3 to -5 LUFs. How can we apply this to the mixing? Export 2 versions of your mix, 1 instrumental and 1 vocal track. Import them into your DAW and put a meter on them that is capable of measuring integrated loudness LUFs like Insight 2. Do this process for your track based on its genre. If it's an acoustic track or not dense, try to match the level of instrumental and vocal tracks similarly to each other. But for the other genres, -5 to -3 LUFs is the optimal range for the vocals to be quieter than the instrumental track. Tip 1. If you have some mastering plugins on the stereo output, keep them on while exporting. The reference track you chose is also mastered, making it easier to figure out the right balance. Tip 2. If you didn't use any mastering plugins, keep in mind that the integrated loudness amount may vary in these situations. We're not looking for that. The difference between integrated loudness, LUFs of instruments and vocals, is what we're looking for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.